Moore.
Here.
O'Kane.
Here.
Shaner.
Here.
Scott.
Here.
Waters.
Stand for a moment of silent prayer followed by the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Today, the consent agenda is items 2 through 8C. If you want to talk on one of those items, please come up as I read it. You can consider it to pass unanimously unless a separate roll call vote is asked for by a council member. If you want to speak on an item not on the agenda, please come up under citizen concerns. Always remember to state your name. I'll move the consent agenda. Second. 2 is a reading of the October 6th City Council minutes. 3 is a resolution approving a grant contract with the Iowa Finance Authority for the Iowa Homeless Prevention Fund. 4 are actions relating to agreements and contracts. A is a resolution consenting to the assignment, assumption, and amendment of the lease agreement with landlord consent with the Arena Sports Academy and 712 Academy for a portion of the Riverside Recreational Sports Complex. B is a resolution approving a public highway at-grade crossing agreement with Union Pacific Railroad Company for the Floyd River Front Plywood Trail Connector projects. C is a resolution approving a contract to Mark Albanesius for the Floyd Golf Course Storm Sewer Repair Project. D is a resolution approving a contract to RP Constructors for the Utility Cleaning Project. E is a resolution approving a renewal option number 2 for the purchase order to Brentag Great Lakes for citric acid. F is a resolution approving a residential property management agreement with CC Properties for airport housing property management services. 5 are actions authorized.
Mayor and Council, I believe staff is requesting that this be approved subject to City Legal's approval of the insurance requirements.
That is correct.
We're still waiting for the work comp proof of coverage.
Oh, well, they whited that out, so that's...
Okay. We were going to ask for a deferral, and then I believe Mike's recommendation changed.
So I'll reword that then, subject to receipt by the legal department of the work comp insurance.
Yes, thank you.
5A is a resolution approving a change order number 1 and authorizing payment to KP Construction for the 2613 Home Street Emergency Sanitary Sewer Repair Project. B is a resolution authorizing payment to Guarantee Roofing for the Tyson Event Center Roof Replacement Project. C is a resolution approving the settlement of a tort claim and authorizing payment. 6 is purchasing. A is a resolution awarding a purchase order to CDW Government for the renewal of the Mimecast Cyber Resilience Pro Plan licenses. B is a resolution awarding a purchase order to PVS DX for chlorine for the water treatment plant. C is a resolution awarding a purchase order to Hychem for the Hyperflock liquid polymer for the wastewater treatment plant. D is a resolution authorizing the city manager to bind general liability and excess liability insurance with Arthur J. Gallagher Risk Management Services. 7 are applications for alcohol license. 8 are boards and commission and committee minutes. Anyone to be heard on any of those items?
Yes, Mayor, I would like to circle back to the IFA money on item number 3. Jill, could I ask you to come up? I know I didn't get a heads up on this, but can we just talk a little bit about the difference, you know, what we're going to be contributing this money to?
Yes, Jill Waterside, Neighborhood Service Manager. So this is actually a new funding source that the state is offering. Previously, we had a homelessness prevention program that was funded with ERA2 funds from the Department of Treasury that were funneled through the state of Iowa. And since those were related to COVID, we don't have those funds available anymore. So the state of Iowa saw such a huge need in homelessness prevention across the state. So everyone that received ERA2 funds, the state reached out to us and asked if we would be interested in receiving these funds. So these funds are for those that are currently housed in apartments, just standard apartments. And if they've received oh my gosh, I'm just blanking on the word, eviction notice If they have an eviction notice, they can apply for these funds, and we can assist for up to 3 months, either back rent or moving forward. We haven't decided kind of how that's going to work yet. We're still going through all the regs and everything, but basically it's to ensure that people are stabilized in their apartments, and that, again, can either be back rent or forward rent or a mixture of the two.
Would be if they're, I was just gonna say, like, if they're between jobs or looking for another or something like that.
Yeah, we've actually, when we had ERA2 funds, that was a large part of the population that we assisted were those that were kind of in between jobs. And then we also provide, like, we'll check in with them once a month. That's a requirement too. And so they provide updates on, yes, I've received a new job. I can move forward and pay after this. So it's been a really good thing
Is that
for
in
us.
a 3-month time frame then?
Yes, yep.
And then that's it?
Yes, that's it. We only have, so to put it in perspective a little bit,
Right,
over the
not a
last,
lot.
2.5, 3 years, we've spent almost $3 million on homelessness prevention, rental assistance payments. So out of the $104,000, we have about $80,000 that we can put towards rental assistance. So we'll probably go through that fairly quickly.
Well, it's a good time of the year because pretty soon the weather's going to turn.
Yeah.
You know, so we don't want to see anybody get kicked out in the wintertime or right before the wintertime and not have a place to go.
Yeah,
So-
we'll probably, we're thinking about rolling it out sometime in November. So we'll do a big PR push at that time so everyone knows.
Hopefully somebody watches this too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it could even be a landlord where they know that somebody
Yes,
got the notice already. And
absolutely.
they're watching and they tell them, hey, get down there and get referred.
Absolutely.
And that's a benefit to both the tenant and the landlord to keep that space, you know, rented and keep somebody off the street. Well, thank you for explaining that to us.
Thank you.
Okay. Need to vote on the consent agenda, please. Passes 5-0. Number 9 is a hearing regarding the state of funded activities related to the Community Development Block Grant, Coronavirus Aid Relief, and the Economic Act of the Iowa Economic Development Authority. I'll move that. Second. Public hearing is now open. Anyone to be heard? Seeing none, the hearing is closed. Passes 5-0. 10 is an ordinance amending Chapter 10.94 of the Municipal Code entitled Municipal Parking Ramps and Lots. I'll move first reading. Second. Anyone to be heard?
Mayor and Council, this is a housekeeping matter. We felt that there needed to be more clarity relating to parking spaces and the city ramps, and that's what we're asking for today.
Is that just kind of like an enforcement, just clarity of what is acceptable and not, so?
Yes, because right now, the way that the ordinance is written, it says you can't park, and that's, I wanted to clarify if you have the proper placard or
Permit or something,
you're
yeah.
allowed to, yes.
Passes 5-0. Anybody opposed waiving the statutory rule? I'll move it. Second.
O'Kane.
Aye.
Shaner.
Aye.
Scott.
Aye.
Waters.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye. I'll move second and third. Second.
Shaner.
Aye.
Scott.
Aye.
Waters.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
O'Kane.
Aye.
Citizen concerns. Any citizen want to be heard, please come to the microphone and state your name, please.
Is it just on that subject?
No, this is
Hope it's
under
on
citizen.
any topic that you
Yep.
like. Mhm.
Okay, I do want to be heard, please. And I brought some things to, some copies for you, a couple of things. I'm having a problem right now.
Ma'am, could you state your name?
I'm Catherine Meyer. I actually live at 1423 Douglas right now. I also have a home at 1411 Douglas. I'm a breeder of King Corsos, and they're very a docile animal. I've been doing it for 10 years. And I'm also a landlord. And every time that I have to evict somebody for non-payment of rent, of course, They tend to file charges with the animal control on my animals and file false complaints. I have them coming to my house at all hours. Most recently, and I hope you can read this. Most recently, I had to evict a girl for non-payment. She's been there for a while, Bree Hinkle, and she was bit by a puppy after kicking it on my property. These are texts from her saying, basically, I'm sorry, I'm not going to press charges. I told the pound that it was not my adult dogs, but my adult dogs have been in the pound for a week now. I have a 10-year-old dog sitting in water, in cold, wet thing that has serious arthritis and on the brink of death. I have a dog who's ready to have puppies at any moment in one of their cages also, and a registered service dog. I've had a heart attack this last year, and so I have a dog that will alert me to abnormalities in my heart rhythm. This is her legal certification. She is now in the pound as well. The pound decided that they would take all 3 of these dogs, even though they were told by the girl who was bit that they were not these dogs. They took them anyway. When I walked in, the lady who runs the place told me, I will not be getting my dogs back, and she's sick of my dogs. My dogs have never been off our property like that. They're never running loose. They're always on a leash, and they are very well-mannered. You cannot get a certification for a service animal to go in public that would bite somebody or is out of control, yet they're in there. Today, my husband went down this morning, and he will be here in a minute to talk to you. He went down this morning to see the animals, and he was told we will not be getting them back. My animals mean a lot to me. They are my children. I went down there, and they wouldn't let me see them, and they called the police and had me removed. When I was there on Sunday, they were vomiting, so obviously they're not being cared for properly or something's wrong with them. And as you can see, again, by this, and I would like to probably read it to you even, this gal said she went to St. Luke's. I offered to take her there after she was bit by this puppy, and she declined, but she did go later. She got herself an attorney the very next day, when her father said she could sue me and take everything I owned. But here it says, it'll show you after she was bit, she declined. I went to get her some medical supplies at Walgreens, and I came back to give them to her, and she wasn't there. She was at the hospital. And I said to her, I don't know what's going on here, because you were bit by a puppy, and that puppy went to its permanent home that day. And yet, the pound came to me and told me they want all my dogs because they had all attacked her, and that 4 had attacked her, and there were not 4 dogs there. She says in her notes here, I did not tell them that. I very clearly told them Princess, who is my service animal. She said I made it very clear that I was not attacked by Princess, and I also made it very clear that King has never bit anybody. And these are the messages she said to me. I took these also to the animal control, and they don't care. They said they are going to be prosecuting me for these 3 animals that did nothing, and I'm not getting them back. Well, I want my animals back, and I want them back now. They've been there for a week, and like I said, one is pregnant. She's going to have puppies anytime. My oldest one is sick. He's got arthritis, and he should not be dying in the pound. I've had him 10 years. And if any of you have animals, you know how important they are to you. Anyway, as that goes on, and this girl...
Okay, I'm letting you go way over, Catherine, for the...
Okay, well, let me tell you about the last thing. Just last, real quick. This gal, who all these things are from, was evicted, or she worked for me and she stole. She's wanted for felony theft. She's been a part of my property. She was on my property with this gal. Police came yesterday that refused to arrest her or remove her from my property. An officer barred her again. She came back again. The pictures on the back are of broken windows. They stole my draperies while the police were there. They would not arrest this girl for trespass and allowed her to do thousands of dollars worth of damage to my property. I went to try to talk to the city attorney today to get an appointment, but she hasn't contacted me back. And I would like to do that because I'd like to get an injunction on my dogs so that they are cared for properly. I don't know if you've got that message yet.
Our office prosecutes the cases for animal control. We have not received the citations yet, so beyond that, I can't comment further on it.
So you can't tell me what you want for
I have not seen the animal control reports or the citations that have been written at this point, so.
I haven't seen anything. There is no reason to have either, as I'm showing you now.
Is there a possibility that the dogs are in quarantine because there was not proof of rabies vaccination?
No. Now, they are saying yes, however, they are not. They had a 3-year vaccination. All 3 of them are current on the 3-year. The pregnant one expired in September.
Are they licensed?
They're not licensed. Mm-mm.
That's a problem. Because
Well, that's not the problem why they're keeping them.
Let me talk now. I've let you talk quite a bit. If they're licensed, then that would be on file. Their shots would be on file, and we would know they had it.
My husband provided them to them.
I understand that, but a dog has to be licensed in the city of Sioux City, and you have to keep your records of the shots current with the city clerk's office.
All of our dogs are current on everything. We take very good care of them. They don't leave our property. That's why we've never licensed
Catherine,
them.
they're not current on a license. You just said that.
No, I've never licensed them ever in 10 years. They've never left my property. They don't leave my property.
That doesn't matter. Okay, what do you want this council to do?
I want my dogs back, and I'd like the city.
I don't know about the rest of them, but
I want you to look into this because there's a problem, and it's out on the internet. I'm not the only one who has a problem, and the blonde lady running that, I understand she's a private company. She's doing overreach over and over again, like this one, and it was overreach. There's no reason for her to ever even inquire about these dogs. It made it very clear, the girl that was bit made it very clear that they were not these dogs before they were taken. And they deceived me. They asked me if I would bring these dogs in, and I did myself. And when I brought my dogs in, the blonde lady who runs that told me, you're never going to get them back and you're never going to see them again. Without me even getting to speak, tell what happened. I even have a video of what happened, and they will not take it.
all right, well, Mike and Nicole will look into it, but we can, as a council, order them to release dogs. That's not.
No, but you better check on who you're hiring to do this and the overreach they're doing.
Okay.
I mean, it's very important to a lot of people. I mean, our dogs are our kids. My kids have been gone a long time. They are my kids.
All right.
You know, I just lost my mom, and now I lose my dogs. You know, and my service animal that's supposed to be checking on my heart. That's uncool.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else to be heard? Matthew?
Nothing this week.
Julie?
I don't have anything this week either. I'm going to let Alex have it because I know he has a lot.
I don't know if that's true. A couple things. I wanted to just mention a couple things at least. I know that we had a busy weekend at a number of our different properties, specifically whether it was the Tyson Event Center, the Orpheum, a few different shows and events happening. But the one that I really wanted to highlight and just commend city staff for not only organizing but also producing and just helping run so smoothly was Fall Fest and Cornucopia. Both of those are take an entire community. I think Fall Fest, there were a number of different partners throughout that I thought was really wonderful to see the community buy in, a lot of different things that kids would and families would be able to do for low cost. And then you have things like Cornucopia. I went down there yesterday. The weather was pretty great, and it was just great to see so many families, people enjoying it. We kept it at a low cost because I think some things are pretty cost prohibitive, especially when families have a number of kids. And so thinking that, you know, entrance was $5 and just then some of the different crafts they could do or painting pumpkins and things like that were just a small additional cost. was really affordable compared to some of our peer cities and the different things that they offer. So I really just want to thank staff for taking part of that and really being a champion for that event and promoting it and doing the best they can to get the community aware of it. The last thing I wanted to say as far as Cone Park, I really am excited to see the furniture once it's installed, because if you haven't been down there yet, the patio is completed. We don't have all the furniture in place yet, but I'm really, really excited for that. I think that that's a great addition to that amenity. It's an area where families and others can just kind of relax, and they really incorporated a lot of different design elements, whether it's the trees and fire pits or seating and different areas. So just really excited about that. That whole campus really is looking great down there. So thank you to our city staff that works hard to do that. That's all I have, Mayor.
Dan, nothing further, Mayor. Move we adjourn. Second?
Scott,
Aye.
Waters,
Aye.
Moore,
Aye.
O'Kane,
Aye.
Shaner.
Hi.
Hey, Dan, can I have you put